to the crafting and a thrifting vlog and the whole try on.
Okay, so Halloween is upon us. October, it's grey and dreary out there. So even here, right on the equator, it's grey and dreary today. And I can see a black crow just outside the window, so it's perfectly spooky. What can I say? I think this is me. This is my hedge witch. Lovely and natural. So we have the hand felted hat, which I showed you in my Wednesday video. Wet felted the background felt, and then needle felted all the details. And there are a lot of details. There's lots of mushrooms, lots of leaves, there are bugs, all sorts of things going on up there. And I love it. My little Neville came out to play again this year. I made him last year for my dressing up, and he's back because he matches my outfit perfectly. So what have I done extra? I already showed you making of the Shikada necklace, but I just got this one from Temu, which is a green one. Now I will lengthen it a little bit so it sits in these green beads beautifully. It has a green glass chain, and he's rather lovely, a bit more detailed than the one I bought in China out of the agate. I think he's glass, not jade. I only paid very little for him, so I wouldn't have expected jade. Anyway, so the jacket felted. This is just a dingle that I made out of needle felt. I just thought it was cute, so I added it in. It's actually just got a brooch pin on it, so you can move it from thing to thing, from thing to thing, from outfit to outfit. You could play with your dingles, you could dangle them, you could do all sorts of things with them. So yeah, dingly danglies. I made all these little accoutrements. So I've got a little potion bottle with toadstools. I've added an 8 times magnifying glass just in case I had to read anything. I've got keys, safety pins, because every witch needs safety pins wherever she is. We've got watches, we've got padlocks. This is the little purse I made with the bone that holds it shut. This is my pad, so I've got real paper in here, little screwdriver, because you never know when you're out there witching whether you're going to need a screwdriver. I've got a pencil with a nice chunk of amethyst in the top, and then on this side I have my sheath with a little moth on it and my wand, so if I need to do magic or spells I am prepared. And these are all held on with leather thong, just wrapped around a couple of times, holding everything in place. I had fun making these. They just tickle me pink, what can I say? So this is it, outfit number 1 for Halloween. Nothing new. I mean, the green dress I've had forever. The apron I've thrifted from Jalan Japan a long while ago. I love the leather straps on it as well. I just think they're funky. This jacket I bought in Las Vegas probably 23 years ago. A long time. It is Zara. I actually had it in blue as well, but that one died, long since died. And there were a few holes in that, which is why I decided to felt it in the first place. And again, it's one of those things, felting through fabric's quite a slow, tedious task. So, in the end I did actually use my sewing machine and just stitch over everything just to make sure it all stayed in place. But it does work, and you can felt onto fabric. And this is funky, and I hope it inspires somebody to have a go and try for themselves. And certainly with the needle felting, I've wanted a needle felted witch's hat for a very long time, and now I've done it. I might do a plainer one, we'll see, I don't know, but I'm very happy with this one at the moment. As I said when I'm in the video, I just used one of the cheap sort of fancy dress ones out of a shop to use as a base, so I didn't have to put metal through it and everything because it was already on the hat. Made it easier to form the felt. So, outfit number 1, hedge witch. All my neighbours think I'm a witch anyway. It's not very difficult for me to dress up as a witch because, you know, I'm halfway there already. Anyway, on I go, number 2. So, outfit number 2 is inspired by this little bag that I found. I believe this was in the BH99 Sen haul. It's just so cute. Japanese, heavy, embroidered, all in reds and golds and blacks. And then I thought, well, I could do like the traditional sort of Japanesey cat mask to go with it. And so I sat in bed and painted this to match. And it is quite spooky. I mean, it's actually quite spooky. I'm not going to put it on now because I cast a resin mould from this, and the smell of the resin is quite strong on it still. So I'm just going to show it to you really. It is cool. I'm quite happy with how it came out. It picks up all the designs in the bag beautifully. So I put these together with this shirt, which was Jalan Japan 5 ringgit. It has a satin collar, which gives it a very sort of tux sort of vibe, which I rather like. And the black sparkle is sparkly but subtle. It's not crazy over the top. The dress was from BH Mart, upstairs in the Pekananas one, and it was on the 15 ringgit rail. Now I normally, that's the top sort of end of what I spend, but it is quite a nice dress. It has quite a strange sort of feature. It has this sort of ruching around the bust, which I think if you were a slightly smaller, it would be quite flattering. It would give you some curves, and then it ties around at the back so you can pull it to your size, to pull it in and make it form around your boobies. And then I've just put a little belt around it to bring some of the gold down. It's quite short. I don't normally wear dresses this length, but because I put the black opaque tights on, I think that's fine. So 15s, 20, 18, 18 pence. So not expensive. Personalised costumes where you've made the mask yourself rather than just buying it and using it exactly as it is. Always more fun. I think this one turned out really well. And of course you just stick it in your bag when you finished wearing it. Coolio. Just done the makeup in reds and golds and blacks as well, just to pick up the colours. Black humongous crystals on my ears and on my fingers. This necklace, now I reckon this was Aberystwyth or what was the other one? Abergavenny or Aberystwyth. I'm pretty sure it's Abergavenny. So I like this. It's really bold. It looks like something a Japanese designer would have done, and I like it very much, especially with this. I think it works really well. So it's just how you put together things and what you put together. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but it was from the charity shop. It was thrifted. I don't know exactly, but I wouldn't have spent masses. I really wouldn't have spent masses. And I suspect this is not everybody's cup of tea. I can see many a Welsh lady thinking, can't wear that down the co-op. How wrong she was. Anyway, that's outfit number 2. And now on to number 3. Okay, So number 3, very lacy. Tried to give it a sort of vintage Victorian Edwardian sort of vibe. This mask is a really nice, comfortable mask. It literally has, it's like putting a pair of glasses on. And I just took the mask and I took a second lace mask, and the lace masks were tiny on me. They literally, the eye holes didn't even, I've got a very broad face. It didn't work for me. So I cut each side of the lace mask and added it on to this mask. And I think it gives it that lovely froofy feel. I'm quite pleased with that. In my hair, I added a late Victorian hair comb, all in jet beads. I used to have an enormous collection. I don't anymore, but one of those things, time. This is the Victorian mourning jewellery that I recently revamped and added extra to because the beaded chain had disintegrated from time, and I'm really very fond of it. I think it's lovely. That came from a charity shop in Pill, just outside Bristol. These are original Victorian Parisian glass beads that I believe I got in Kensington Market. Kensington Antique Market. Many moons ago when I was a young teenager. And I've had them ever since. You wear them doubled over, so you get the smaller one at the top and the longer one at the bottom. Absolutely adore them. This piece, with all the dingles on, my father bought for me. Matching earrings, absolutely love it. Is what it is. Wearing one of my beetle rings and a deep dark red heart ring. Over jacket was my mother's. I've had it forever. Love it to bits. Obviously don't get a chance to wear it very often. It does weigh a ton. So, you can't take it away for a party if you're travelling because it just weighs too much. But it means that it hangs beautifully, it shimmers and shines. It is a work of art. I've put it with a very fine, thin, floaty top, but it's got this very delicate lace on the shoulders, and it's the same delicate lace that's in this shirt, in the skirt. The skirt I got from Jalan Japan for 5 ringgit. Didn't have a lining, but that's perfect because it's not quite long enough for me, so I wanted to put it over the skirt that I made last year for Halloween, which again I think was another 5 ringgit one. So 10 ringgit for the skirt, my daughter's hand-me-downs, my mother's hand-me-downs. But it makes an outfit. And this feels true to me. I feel comfortable in this. I feel that this suits me. I feel that I don't want to be uncomfortable. I'm too old to be bothered about being uncomfortable, and obviously I'm not going to be showing masses of skin because that just isn't me. But yeah, I could do this. Definitely do this. And to get a chance to wear all this lovely jewellery, I'm up for it. Absolutely up for it. And at my age, you're more likely to be going out for a nice meal and, just chilling with a partner rather than going to a mad fancy party. But you could also go to a party. Just saying, if anybody wants to invite me, I'm ready. Now, the final one is a little bit more effort, a little bit more over the top. I've shown you me making it, so now we're going to go for it. So I'm going to send my husband off for half an hour because it's going to take me half an hour to get ready. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so final outfit. My husband said smile, and I said, well, I don't think I'm supposed to smile. Anyway, so I found this jacket in BH Mart in, well, the other side of town, right past Senai, long way away, for £2.99, which is basically 50p. And it just reminded me of the original Dracula film, where they have the three brides of Dracula and they're all in the Russian Kokoshniks and they all look absolutely fabulous. They've all got a lot less clothing on than I have, but then they're young and gorgeous. So this is my take on that. So the jacket is very heavyweight, all cotton, silver threaded, white lace. Imagine 50p. But does have a odour of dampness about it. It might wear off with time, but at the moment it's still a little whiffy. Not as bad as it was when I first got it. I think it's beautiful. So, you watched me make the Kokoshnik if you saw the Wednesday video. Underneath it, I have a net skirt which came from Jalan, Japan, and underneath that I have the silver skirt, gunmetal skirt that I modelled for you before, which I absolutely love. So I thought the dark metal was too dark without the net over the top, but the net allows you to see that little bit of sparkle and silveriness through it, matches the top, works perfectly. This was just a little silver grey satin shirt that somebody donated me. I didn't pay anything for that. And it all comes together. I put it with these shoes because the tips of the shoes are sort of gunmetal and silver, and I thought that worked. Obviously I painted myself like a shimmery vampire, and I added some pearls to match up with the pearls that I put on the headdress. Lots and lots of silver and pearl jewellery all layered up, and one of the traditional Malay necklaces that I thought would bring the diamonds right the way down. The pearls are actually attached to the headdress and come right the way round. I could have added more, I could have kept going, but I didn't want to make it so heavy that I wasn't comfortable wearing it, and at the moment it's quite comfortable. I put a bit of hair on so that I've got a higher piece at the back that will actually help to hold the Kokoshnik in place, and it's actually, I could do a bit of head banging in this. Dun, 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 dun. It's actually quite stable and actually works, doesn't sort of, as you can see, staying there. I tried to put a pair of different earrings in, but by the time I'd fiddled getting through all the ribbons and the hair, I broke one of them, so I've changed to these stars, and I'm wearing the matching star brooch on the jacket. I just pulled the jacket a little further across because the fastener sort of like right at the edge, and it was just, I liked it closing, I liked it coming up a little bit higher. But all in all, I think this is a really good outfit, all thrifted, all given, all handmade, all, you know, just what it is. Nothing expensive, using things out of my wardrobe, and a 50p jacket from the thrift store. What do we think? Is this spooky enough? I think this would terrorise a few children. I did put the vampire teeth in. The problem with that vampire teeth is they look fabulous, and I looked really scary. But you can't talk. Impossible to talk with vampire teeth in. So I took the teeth out, because otherwise I'd be standing here, no good. So definitely fit for Halloween. Definitely spooky. My daughter would give me some sparkly, silvery mascara, so I used that for the first time. I'm not sure whether anybody would be able to see it, but at least I know that my eyelashes are flashing as they flutter. So there we go. Vampire Queen. I hope my shiny veins show up. I'm not sure whether they will or not, but I hope they do. I've just, as I said, just stuck some extra pearls on the fingers too. So that's it for Halloween. I hope you have a lovely Halloween, or Samhain, or whatever you're celebrating, Day of the Dead, whatever. It's different all over the world, but it's always the same sort of time, the thinning of the veil. And we've all lost people that we loved, so it's a good time to remember them. Have a wonderful week. I've enjoyed playing dress up. I was talking to my husband about it the other day and said, we were so lucky to grow up when we did. Because, when I was growing, it was all dressing up parties. He says he didn't go to any dressing up parties. I'm not sure I believe him. But literally, every week when I was living in Kensington, every weekend it was an excuse for a dressing up party. What you were wearing when the ship went down and all sorts of crazy, silly things, But we had so much fun dressing up. And I'm glad that I had the chance because, we don't see much of it these days. Very few people have parties because nobody can afford to, because it costs too much now. But I did. I partied. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Bye for now from the Crafty Nana.
If you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. Bye for now.